Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first episode of the General Banter Podcast, where there is no structure and there is no rules. I am
Fuck yeah.
Knucklehead, and I am joined by.
I am Seth G. Hi. Here's my vacuum cleaner.
At least that's what they will be calling me. And if we're showing off, the boy's gonna make it to the Guinness World Records 2022. Y'all watch out! Watch out!
How do we have the records for 2021 already when 2021 has not happened?
I'm from the future. I can't do that. I'm from the future.
Hey, yo, you better hit me up
Oh,
with them
jeez.
lottery numbers, cuz. Them lottery numbers.
Okay.
I gotta make me some.
Okay, now
He
that
said he's
everybody
from-
has been introduced,
Gee,
No, I am. Hi, I am Guardian of Light. I have been forgotten. What the hell?
The Nugget Guardians of the Galaxy. What is going on? Oh, jeez.
Somebody say double take.
he's just
We
the
made that
rocket
analogy
of
going.
Guardians. You know,
Yeah,
nobody
I
actually
thought we were
cares.
joking.
I have scoured the internet for
Vacuum.
1-star reviews of generally the top games of 2020, and I'm going to read them off and see if my friends can tell which ones they are or what games they go to. All right, this one comes from well, you know what? I won't say the names just for privacy reasons or whatever. This is a 1-star review. He says, just a really bad game. I just finished the last one. Got this. I should have known that something was up when 67% when it came up, 67% off in the Play Store. I played the first level and I'm over it. I used my chainsaw more in the first level than I did in the last game. This game had a
Is this Doom Eternal?
damn right off the bat shot. Was it
What?
the chainsaw that gave it away?
Yeah. And then the level thing.
What was
What game is it? Answer.
The
What
game
is-
was Doom Eternal. Yes, because
Oh.
people were really upset.
I was about
with
to
the
guess it.
sequel. Yeah, with the sequel because you had to use your chainsaw and like melee weapons a lot more because they made ammo more scarce.
To be fair, you're going to hell. It's gonna be pretty scarce to find your ammo there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, man. I don't think there's much ammo in hell at all. You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
demons don't usually bleed ammo in, armor, but well, I don't know. I haven't really met a demon yet.
Listen, it's the Doom universe. Of course, they bleed ammo and armor and health.
Yes, and then Doom guy is just kicking ass.
The whole time, silently. He's like the Master Chief.
Okay, this next one. This one may be a little bit more tricky for y'all unless you have been a longtime fan of the series. They say, I've been waiting to play this game for 10 years and now it's finally out on VR. And me, like most of the gamers over the world,
Remastered.
cannot play it. I think Valve has lost any respect for their fans.
Oh, Half-Life Alex.
Plot twist, it's High School Musical, the video game.
Holy shit, I was wrong all along. Oh my god, my life is over. Well, I've got to commit seppuku
Seppuku with your tiny
With a
vacuum?
vacuum cleaner?
with my tiny vacuum cleaner. It's the only way. This vacuum cleaner is going to become a running gag,
Running gag.
whether you like it or not.
I hope so. Okay. I actually haven't played that one yet, but I've seen some gameplay of it. Apparently not a lot of people were happy with the story.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of bizarre. I thought it was like pretty well received, but the story was kind of off, or what was up with that?
Well, because you were playing as Alex this time, besides Freeman, the man that you've been playing for the past 3 other games.
Was it 3? Thought it was 2.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it was
It's
half.
2.
They were waiting on 3.
Half-Life
They're
1 and
waiting
2.
on number 3.
Yeah.
It's
Sound like
confusing
a lot of
because
bitch.
it's like episodes in it. Like they try to do a Telltale thing, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess that's unfortunate that it wasn't well received, but well. I've got to get me a VR headset. I'm depressed now.
I do too.
Same.
All I have is the PlayStation VR, and I have been looking at. I don't know whether if I want to go with the Oculus or Thomas seems to think that the HTC is pretty good.
I think Oculus is supposed to be what, restricting all of their accounts to like Facebook users. Like you have to have it connected.
Last year, so you need a Facebook account to actually be able to use the Oculus.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of that.
Ooh.
Which to be fair,
Most people weren't. It's actually really stupid, but hey, there's nothing we can do about it.
It's just so
Yeah.
the human lizard from Facebook can watch you try to swing randomly and laugh at you.
ha 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 ha. That's the sound of his laughter, by the way.
Yes.
Entirely too robotic to be natural sounding.
Jesus.
We shouldn't
Listen,
talk bad about.
I
No,
called
Facebook
it-
is great. This is going up on YouTube, and YouTube is owned by Google and Facebook.
Well, they can suck a dick. That's YouTube. I didn't say anything. That's not getting dubbed.
Just gonna clip that.
Oh no.
Anyway. All right. 1-star review. The graphics are the only good thing about this game. The story is horrible. The gameplay is horrible. The fact that there's no map indicators and you have to follow the wind is retarded. I think the game should have considered this the worst video game I've ever played.
Tsushima. I
Go-
already know this.
You
Let me finish the review before you guess it.
Already done.
Nah.
Let me get out the full thing.
It's too late, man. Too late. All
I
right.
actually kind of enjoyed it. I didn't make it all the way through before I had to return it back to you, but for what I played, it seemed like what Ubisoft's fans were hoping for with Assassin's Creed. It felt like Assassin's Creed Japan.
And that's weird, to be fair. It's one of the only games I got that are from 2020, but I thoroughly enjoyed playing through it. It felt like a different kind of feeling when you didn't have a map and you didn't have the wind to guide you, because you can't really name any other game that's ever done that, at least not in the same
I thought
vein.
It was very innovative.
So-
That was the word I was thinking of. You name another game where you had to use the wind to follow from your quest markers.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
Finding
if you want to
Master
borrow
Sword
the
and-
game again, I'm not playing it currently. I played it and beaten the multiplayer mode, so it's just kind of sitting there on the shelf.
What were you
so
saying,
just
John?
correct. I was saying first off, as far as the wind, closest thing I've seen is finding the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild, that trial, and then because you have to follow the torch flame. Second off, it's correct me if I'm wrong. I'd never played Ghost of Tsushima, so is it fair to say that it's a Shadow of Mordor but Japanese and samurai?
No.
No, it is Assassin's Creed but Japanese.
Imagine, Assassin. Specifically, to me, it feels a lot like Black Flag.
And then
Really?
best part of the game, you can pet the foxes.
But
Boys.
to get to any objective you have with a waypoint is the wind. So the wind is the guiding feature. Whereas in Breath of the Wild, it was more so the combination of a torch and the fog that kind of opened up your pathway rather than really showing you how to do it.
Well, the reason I say is supposedly the actual like embers from the torch point in the direction of the Master Sword instead of with the fog. That's what I was getting at. I didn't really notice because I literally just brute forced my way without a torch and
You
just kind of went.
just said screw
through
this
the
whole
whole
map.
No, so what I did is I was like, okay, go there. I can go through here, and I did that all the way until I got to the Master Sword.
Yeah, that's what I
I
did
did
too.
not. I did not play it properly. I did not play it properly.
I've never actually played
Oh.
Breath of the Wild, but I did finally get a Switch for Christmas, so that is on the list.
Get
Bro.
Pokemon.
Oh, good
We have
man.
Pokemon
It's
Eevee.
Pokemon Smash Brothers, and Breath of the Wild. 3 games you have to get for a Switch.
those
Yeah,
are
we have-
tabs.
We
Um,
have the John Wick game. We have the Super Mario game, the one with raving rabbits. We
Oh.
have Outer
Wow.
Worlds, and then we got okay.
That's kind of weird. Oh, I remember that
Yeah,
one.
the game
Isn't that
was
It's like XCOM, where it's a turn-based brawling type game. Not brawling, but it's turn-based strategy game.
yeah, you're playing on a platform and you have to shoot at the crazy rabbits. It's
weird?
it was it's okay.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
As Pokemon, I know you said you got to get
Sword and Shield.
It's worth it. It's fun.
All right.
I
Get
like it a
sword
lot.
because me and Seth both have shield, and I think Sean has sword. So you get
do.
sword. You get sword. Right? Yes.
I do.
Remember to bleep out. They're gonna copyright claim you. I'm gonna call it right now. Your video is gonna get taken down instantly.
Because I've mentioned the word Nintendo.
The video was already taken down. It's not even up yet.
Oh yeah, it's my bad. It's already been taken out before it got
Haven't
up.
even posted this yet, and they've already copyrighted me.
The DMC in the mail.
It's,
and
what are you talking about? It's
desist
already
now.
in his mailbox. He's gonna go outside and he's gonna open it. He's gonna see it in there.
It's gonna say
You
bunch of guys in briefcases. So you mentioned
FBI,
Nintendo.
open
We
up.
Oh, on that subject, did you hear about Nintendo Ninjas?
What is
Bruh.
Nintendo
No.
Ninjas?
What?
It's so scary. Essentially, like there is a separate branch of like Nintendo that actually hunts down people that like hack. You know how you have like the ROM hackers and
I
other things.
did hear about that.
They have
Yeah.
a separate branch that actually hunted them
Oh,
down.
so this is not a video
Dog
game. This is people.
This is people.
people. Yes.
They hunted them down, figured out where they lived, what they do, followed them for like days, like the FBI trailing a suspect, and then approached him like with like what's the word? An ultimatum. Like you have to contact them within a certain amount of time, otherwise they seek legal action. Like it was full out stalking.
This isn't.
And this is
that wasn't Nintendo Ninjas. That's Nintendo Mafia. Like holy shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying.
That is.
Yeah,
amazing. I've never crossed Nintendo.
No,
You just put a bag over your head. All you hear is ho ho. He's the
That's.
I'm a beat
I'm-
you. Next game. I was really waiting to get this game, but after talking with my friends, it seemed like a waste. I intended to be able to share the console with other members of my family who were interested, but only one island per console system has made that impossible.
Crossing New Horizons.
oh my gosh, bruh. Y'all on
I
top
said
of
it first, but I didn't say the
Y'all
whole
are
thing.
great.
I don't know if that
Jeez,
counts
I
for
thought
me.
these were going to be
I
hard.
said the whole thing.
Bro, we need that
No.
KFC bucket console out already, man. I want
Said
some
it first,
title
but he
for
said the
that.
full name. I didn't say the full thing. Which one of us gets the point for that one? Because I feel like if I just say Animal Crossing, that could be any of them.
I wasn't really keeping points. It
We're not
was
really keeping
Animal
track of
Crossing
points.
New
I don't
Horizons
give a fuck.
because
I'm just saying, if I get it, I'm gonna rub it in their faces that they were wrong, even though they weren't wrong.
It was
So
Animal
I'm not-
Crossing, but it was the one that came out in 2020, so that was Animal Crossing New Horizons.
reason. So I don't get it. Okay, well, good night. I'm out of here. I didn't get the point. Later.
Come back.
Beth, are you gonna abandon me with the camera like that, man? That's messed up. I almost swore again.
Oh, now we're all with our lovely icons.
I had my grandma give me a Klondike bar, guys. It's great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I would do for a Klondike bar? Absolutely nothing but sit here. Fuck you. I got me a Klondike bar.
Would you
You
kill a
can't have
guy?
one. Yeah. Yeah.
If you would kill a guy for a Klondike bar, then I think you have an addiction.
Yes.
What would
dumb.
you do
I
for a
still have
Klondike
actual
bar?
I don't like him, so I wouldn't do anything.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Anyway,
I don't really have
um,
much to say on Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I
I've never
haven't
been
played
much
this one
more
either.
for the. I've never been much more for the like the settlement building kind of games. Besides what you get on your phone for free, like
I was kind of more. I had more enjoyment and fun with Stardew Valley than I did with Animal Crossing. My sister absolutely obsessed with Animal Crossing. I think she has almost 1,000 hours in it. But but it's the only game she ever plays, like literally, which is fine. If she likes the
now,
game,
did
that's
she
awesome.
did she ever come across that issue where it was only like one island per console?
Well, it might sound pretentious, but we have 3 Switches, mind you. One of them I bought myself. The other one my brother's broke, and then the third one my mom and grandma got because my brother's broke the other one. My sister only uses the broken one, so she doesn't really care to have one island on one console. Now, I have my own Switch, so I'm not worried about them.
Oh, jeez.
But that's why I went and bought my own specifically for that.
I broke my Switch. Can I borrow yours? No, fuck you.
They asked about the Joy
There goes
Cons, and then my
PT.
Joy Cons are acting up, so yeah, I'm not happy. But I plan to buy new ones soon anyway. So
Let's just switch out the controllers on the one that's busted, and
I'm gonna feel guilty. I can't take their controllers. I know they broke mine, but I'll just feel guilty about it.
That reminds me, I gotta
Kyrie
Plus-
with Heart of Gold.
get well.
Plus, they have purple and brown Joy-Cons, and I have the gray one, so they'll notice immediately.
Oh,
Oh.
we came with the classic red and blue ones.
I was gonna get those, but then I bought my Switch pre-owned, and I got super lucky. I got the Switch, a year of the online membership, and Smash Brothers all for like less than the price of an actual Switch itself. So I got them all for like $200. I was gonna get the gray ones anyway. I don't like the red and blue ones.
You still saved up on like $80, not including the
did.
membership and the Joy-Cons. Like, so you
Yeah.
like a bandit.
This one is actually pretty recent. This only came from 2 weeks ago. There's your big hint. This game is awful, and let me
Fun
tell
race
you.
against time.
Huh?
There's a 2020 simulator.
It's Flight Simulator. You got me.
Bruh.
Just
Bruh.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. All right. They said, this game is awful, and let me tell you my experience so far. Approximately 7 hours in, and the graphics are mediocre at best. When I'm doing anything between bad clipping, people/cars appearing and disappearing right in front of you random. Think GTA Vice City.
2077.
Yeah, it's
2077.
It's Cyberpunk. Dun, 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 dun. And it was
I didn't. I have no opinion on the game. I haven't played it yet. The game doesn't interest me at all. I might get it when it's like $20.
yeah.
I'm kind
that's
of
how I went.
waiting because apparently PlayStation or Xbox, I don't remember which one, pulled it off their store.
It's PlayStation.
PlayStation, yeah. And they were upset because or people that bought the game wanted the refund, but then also wanted to keep the game.
I saw that article. And I like yelling on the internet, like that.
Like, how dare you
We
give me the
we
refund,
don't
but
remember
also
the game.
take
We
my
don't
money?
actually have the game. Like exactly.
Y'all
But I mean, honestly, I know the game is supposed to get multiplayer, so I'll probably get the game when it actually has multiplayer. Because right now, the single player experience doesn't seem entertaining at all.
I'm waiting for
I have-
like quite a few quality of life patches before I get it.
Yeah,
That
I'm kind of
too, yeah.
waiting until they update it. I figured, they've released it now, which it doesn't make any sense about the backlash because fans were like, guys, release this. And they straight up said, it's not done yet. It's buggy. And they're like, just release it. We don't care. And now it's like, what is this garbage? Why is it so buggy? They warned us about it.
Like,
I wanna
I can
make
see where both sides are coming from because on one side they kept like releasing updates for like when it was going to drop that were just unfeasible. Like if they knew it was unfeasible, they shouldn't have been listing like a date. Like they listed a date in March, and then they listed a date in like July, and then it was like it just kept getting pushed back.
Hang
Hold
on,
on.
Seth.
Let me
But
look this
also,
up real quick.
production team was receiving a lot of death threats because the game wasn't releasing, and they were pushing it back for polish and debugging. And guess what? Everyone's complaints are right now. It needs to be polished and debugged. So everyone that is complaining now, but also yelled at the company that did it. I forget the name.
CD Projekt Red.
Yep.
CD Projekt Red. Okay, I just looked it up. This
Everyone
game
that
was
was
actually
complaining-
announced back in May of 2012.
It's been
Holy
8
cow.
years, yeah.
I didn't realize it took
Yeah, it's been
8
a long
years for
time.
them to finally release it, though.
Y'all complained to them and were part of the release it now, and was getting pissed with them. And you have no right to complain over the game being buggy. You are the reason that it is.
You
is out.
literally got what you
I
asked
agree
for.
100%.
That's
And
true.
Worst part
I'm
of
being-
fandoms.
I'm
I
being an
swear.
ass. I know it. I'm being an ass, and I know it, but I don't care.
No,
Y'all
no,
are
no,
the
it's
dog
okay.
reason
I've
that you
seen
guys
this.
don't
I've seen this kind of reaction too in other areas. Like if you looked back with like Walking Dead, Eugene, one of the characters from the show, betrayed Rick and them for a while, and the actor himself was getting threats on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Twitter for shit his character did. He was playing a role.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do you remember the threats they were getting when they killed off Glenn? Sorry, a spoiler alert for
People
Couple
that are like
seasons ago.
That's
seasons
spoilers,
behind.
man. Somebody ought to be like, I don't know. I can't complain. It's been out for like how many years
Yeah.
now? Like 4 or 5.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Rick's
this
dead.
happened. Overseas.
Or
They
not.
don't know that. They don't know that. We don't know that. But
Yeah, that's
remember
why I said
all the
Oregon.
threats that the creators got when Glenn died? Like everyone went nuts.
Oh, that first go around where he actually hid under the dumpster.
Actual one. I'm
Yeah.
talking
Yeah, but that's
about,
the best villain they've ever seen.
Dude,
Is
Glenn
dope.
was my favorite
talking about,
character though.
I remember listening to the Do, and he said something like, "If I tattooed Smoke on the Water on my arm, I would be owned by Sony."
Yeah. Oh, real quick. One of the My Hero intros, I forget which one it was, but it was from the Sony Music Corporation, which means Sony owns part of one section of My Hero, which is funny to me. Odd Future, the second half of season 2 intro.
All praise the corporate overlords. All right, this next one comes from a game that was actually genuinely shit, and I kind of agree with some of the ratings.
Life of Black Tiger.
No. It said they said this game is a slap in the face to everyone that loved the first game. Do not buy this. Save your money. The truth in the context of this is much more worse than the leaks. Before I get into one of the worst stories ever, the gameplay is average, and did you just freaking? Jeez.
He asked to let him finish the damn. Oh, sorry about that. The gosh diddly darn review, man.
I had to. I had to.
Bruh.
We were
Yes, it was
all
Last of
thinking
Us
about
2.
we were just trying to be nice.
It was Last of Us 2, which I think
It's
deserves
a probably sense. That was a bit
worst
slow
game
sometimes.
of
We were
2020.
thinking about it, man.
Didn't that actually? Wasn't it won best game of 2020? But then like
Game of
Keeper's
the year,
Choice.
Game
and
of the
I'm
year.
so angry about that because
like,
the other games on there, like Hades and Ghost, were better games. Like, I'm not saying that because I hated Last of Us Part 2. I didn't hate it.
Oh,
I
hated
just
it.
didn't like it.
I hated it.
It just
It
It
retconned
just
the first
was
story.
not Game of the Year worthy, mostly because of its story.
I mean, how
the
do you
vision-
go from
not-
The
something?
story.
How do you go from something where the first game was like the conversation around the first game was would video games be considered art form because it was so well praised and so good? How do you go from something like that to oh look, we're progressive, here's a lesbian main character now, and it was too in your face with a lot of subjects, and I didn't appreciate the way it handled a lot of things, and I thought it could have done a lot better.
I will give the game credit though. Its visuals and sound design were gorgeous. It's a very great looking game.
Okay, so it was
But-
a turd,
Yeah,
but it
no,
was a
the
polished
production-
turd.
Right.
That's the only thing carrying it. There's no reason it should get like Game of the Year award.
I feel like it was
Yeah,
the
that game
hype that
feels-
gave it the game of the year.
Oh, it was absolutely. The game fell short because the writers messed up. The production team was absolutely wonderful,
Yes.
and you can see the amount of work that they put into such a bad game.
Well, then, like,
Yeah.
what I didn't like too was halfway through, or more than halfway through, after, well, I don't know if I should say much spoilers, after a traumatic event happens in the game, halfway through the supposed
I know
bad
what you're talking
female villain, you start playing as them and get their backstory. Like, why should we care? They've already pulled this giant dick
Yeah.
move. We don't like them.
Yeah, they tried to humanize the bad guy, and I was just like, what in the world?
It like
And on
top
tried
of
to
that,
pull a
at the
Joker
end-
but failed.
It's hard
And then-
to really not come across spoilers, so I'm gonna rip that band-aid off. Joel shouldn't have died in the beginning that fast. I'm not leaving that band-aid on. Y'all got me messed up. He shouldn't have died
Spoiler
early.
warning. I'll just
Don't
put
care.
that- I'll just
The
put that in
game
the
is
clip
only,
of
if
the
you
video.
haven't seen it yet, then
That'll be
that's
in
on
the title.
you.
It'll be okay. That'll be in the title. Spoiler warning for
my-
top games of 2020.
So my thing, like that. First off, I agree there. That was bull. And then of course they start trying to humanize this just bad person who just was a complete and utter dick. And at the end,
Despite
they're
not
for-
having one. Continue.
they're forgiven for their actions. Like
They're like,
they were
"Oh,
forgiven for their actions. Like we're like, what?
That's okay.
No.
You killed my father figure, but I forgive you. Like, no, I would have
Yeah, it was-
shot
that
her in
was-
the face.
If I may
Sure.
make a comparison, and whether y'all agree with me or not, but a game that really did a good job at trying to humanize a bad guy, but it didn't work, was the ending of Borderlands 2 when they tried to humanize him having his whole tantrum after everything was messed up. They tried to humanize him by making with his words.
Handsome
It didn't
Jack
work. He was
first,
still a
though.
horrible person.
They
but
built up Handsome Jack first, though. He became a guy
Exactly.
you loved to hate. You know, he was a great bad guy.
Yeah. Same. Another one. I don't know how many of you guys have played Far Cry 4, but Pagan Min. Pagan Min, one of my favorite video games villains
Also
of
voiced
all
by Troy
time.
Baker.
Yeah, that was a big one for both of us.
Him. I didn't get to play. Well, I mean, I haven't, but I haven't played Far Cry 3, so I don't have much relation with Voss. But Far Cry 4's Pagan Min was a genuine villain.
Yes.
But he had both sides to him, because if you guys know, the game has, I think, 5 endings. You can get one in the very beginning of the game by just waiting for Pagan Min.
Beginning ending, that was probably my favorite. Where if you just wait there, he comes back in eventually and just is like, "All right, you ready to go shoot some guns and have like a badass time?"
Yeah, and he actually takes you to spread your mom's ashes. So he has a good guy in him. He's just too much of a bad guy, where his good guy doesn't matter anymore.
He's respectable to the dead. He's just also a bad guy.
He's the hero.
Also adding to that pile very quickly.
Yeah, he's respectable to the dead. He just also killed half of them.
Voss was an amazing villain. You get to look into, like, even though he wasn't the ending villain, he was still, like, that was one of the big things, was Voss was you were able to kind of see the mental illness in his head and just the craziness that surrounds him.
Yes, and I hated that they killed him off. I wanted him to be the main bad guy.
Fun fact. Go ahead, sorry.
I did not like I did not like Hoyt personally.
No, not at all. Okay.
I think that was the name of the.
Yeah, I think so too. It doesn't matter.
Fun fact: the guy that voices and does the motion capture Voss Montenegro is a character called Nacho in Better Call Saul.
Really?
Yes.
Would have to rewatch.
I haven't watched Better Call Saul. I've only watched Breaking Bad, but he is in the show.
Now, see, doesn't Better Call Saul, not to go off topic and talk about TV shows now, but doesn't Better Call Saul take place like a little bit before and then after Breaking Bad?
I don't know about after, but all I know is it takes place before Breaking Bad, because it's like showing Saul Goodman from how Saul Goodman came to be, because that's not even his real name. I don't remember his real name off the top of my head. It was something McGilligan. I don't remember the first name.
Jim.
I'm
going with Jim.
His name was Jim.
That's what I'm going with.
Jeff.
Okay.
My name's Jeff.
My name Jeff.
Okay.
My name is Jeff.
Moving on to the next game.
You could tell.
Right, we're kind of drifting off. This review says, "Wow, I just read the blank statement about the game being sold in multiple parts. So I guess I'm scammed. So I guess I got scammed for when I pre-ordered for this game. Thought I was buying the full blank remade, but then it says blank remake.
Final Fantasy.
Right?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Ha.
Which Final Fantasy?
Sorry, Ryan.
Which Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy. I don't know. I've never played Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
The remastered.
7
The
remastered.
the first
and
part.
yes, people were upset about this because it was advertised as a full game. You were getting the full thing, and then they sell it back to you in parts, like the original.
Until this very moment right now, I thought it was the full game. I didn't know it was in different parts.
Yes.
I found out not too long ago, and I was like, "Oh crap! Now I actually have to go play the original, so I know what I'm missing."
Yeah.
Yes, and it is so
So now
stupid
it's
because
like,
you kind of forgave them for doing it in parts back then because they had so much of a story to try to tell you, and CDs were not that advanced.
and not enough.
Yeah, you didn't have that much room, so you had to do it in parts. You had to cut it up, but they sold you the full thing in a case anyway. So them doing this now, where they have the capability to put a lot more hours of gameplay onto a CD, and they just say, well, surprise, you got to pay extra now to continue the story. It was
gonna
bullshit.
be mad if that's paid deals.
All right, this is
Well-
maybe a tricky one for y'all, but y'all may get it. Why did I pay $60 for what could have been a DLC? It's the same freaking map. I don't understand.
Is it the new Spider-Man?
Yes, it is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
It's not 60 though. I paid 40 for it, but I can see
Maybe
it
reading
jumped
that
up.
as
I can
pounds.
see where they're coming from though. It I loved Miles Morales. It was very fun and very
I
good.
actually, until I was looking up the reviews and stuff, I didn't know about the original Spider-Man DLC. I didn't know there was a DLC.
You know Spider-Man had 3 DLC packs?
No, I had no clue about any of those DLCs.
They're not very memorable. I can't tell you the story of any of them. All I can remember is that they involved Hammerhead, Tombstone, and Silver Sable. Oh, and Black Cat. That's all I can't really tell you a story. But Miles Morales, again, I really enjoyed it, but $40 was too much for me. Whereas it's just a reskin
It's a
of the
reskin.
same game, but with different aspects.
That's rough.
Sony, please don't.
Like,
Sony, please don't.
I don't regret.
Sony,
I
we
don't
love
regret
y'all. Please
spending
don't,
the full
please
amount on
don't
it
sue.
at all. But
the
I can
only good
understand where they're
thing-
coming from about the price and stuff like that.
The only
can see
good
where the
thing
resentment
that I heard about the game was you can unlock a skin where you look and move like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
It is the Spider-Verse suit, and it's actually a modification you can put on any suit where it lowers your frame rate, and it's really cool. That's actually one of the
so
coolest
you
aspects
move
of the
more
game.
clunky.
There's a perk in the game where when you hit people, certain hits will be like comic book
Yes,
text and be like,
or
zap,
boom.
bam, pow, it'll do stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yes. All right. And I'll give them props. I love the attention to detail. Where in the original Spider-Man game, if you fell from the building and you didn't do anything, Spider-Man would just like land on his feet. Whereas in this one, if you fall and don't like web sling or anything, he will slide and hit the pavement. You can just face plant.
Another
aspect that's pretty good.
one of the another one of the things they added to the game. They added a cool suit called the Bodega suit, where he's Spider-Man and he has a backpack on, or Miles Morales, sorry. And in the backpack is a small cat with a Spider-Man mask on. That was a
I
really
saw
cool
that.
little.
You get to use Spider Cat as a special power up.
Yeah, it's a one of the finishing moves.
I want DLC with fucking Peter Parker falling behind you, stuck to you on a spider web like in the movie. I want this. This needs to be a thing. I want you to take him and just like grab the rope and just swing him into enemies. I want that.
Something
I
I
feel
did
like that'd be
too.
amazing.
If you looked at the original Spider-Man, or I get Spider-Man A, I get
You can just call it Spider-Man, man. Just differentiate by calling it Spider-Man. The other one call him Miles Morales.
Red Spider-Man to shit. That's still gonna come off bad.
This is going in the blooper
Peter.
reel, isn't it?
Just call him Peter. Oh my god!
If you look at Peter, the Peter
that's the
character
one?
model
Oh,
changed
crap.
completely.
I don't want to look at your
He
Peter.
went
What?
from
Yes.
looking kind of like Tobey Maguire to looking like Tom Holland. And I
Yeah,
don't
they
understand
completely
that. Like,
changed it.
what the hell happened to him in between
They
the
did
DLC and the new game?
They changed it so that he looks closer to the actor that did his mocap and voiced him, Yuri Lowenthal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could they
I
not
don't
get the
agree
original
with it.
actor
I
to come
don't
back?
like the new look. Huh?
Could they not get the original actor to come back? Or
No,
was
they
he
did.
the original
Yuri
actor? And
Yuri Lowenthal voiced the original actor as well. I mean, voiced the
Yuri
original.
Lowenthal with Spider-Man.
He's supposed to be 20-something, and this one he looks like he's back to being like
a teenager, like back in
between
high
16 and 19.
school. Yeah.
Continuity.
Okay.
You wanted to be the same all the way through.
Last one I have for the night.
Okay.
You guys will probably get this. This is something that I believe everyone else has played but me, because I don't have enough room on my PlayStation 4.
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends. I have that on my PC. Thank you very much.
Go.
This review says, although they are dealing with cheaters and hackers, there are way too many of them. So many
Call of Duty Warzone.
Son of a.
Call of Duty Cold War.
No,
Bitch.
it's Warzone.
Cold War.
Pat.
Really?
Call of Duty Warzone. They said so many indescribable deaths, and half the time you don't get a kill cam. People are walking through claymores like they're balloons, and sweeping you with 3 bullets from across the freaking map.
As soon as I heard hackers and cheaters, I was like, "Yep, Warzone."
I
Instantly.
thought this was a game that was up on like detecting aimbots and stuff, though.
No, they really
No,
aren't.
the multiplayer is a little better about it, but the Warzone is atrocious.
It's bad. It's
Wait, this
real
actually
bad.
has a
man.
story to it? I thought it was just a straight up, here's our version of Fortnite, but it's Call of Duty.
No,
What came first? Was it Warzone or Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare had Warzone in it, and then Warzone became its own standalone thing you can download.
Yeah, it's like the offshoot. They decided to essentially do Fortnite, yeah, in that same respect. Like they released the multiplayer for free, and then they had the main game for like money, which is essentially what Fortnite did. But yeah,
I'm kind of glad it seems like that trend is dying, like, of the PUBG, Fortnite-esque kind of gameplay where everybody's just trying to do it. Like, you even noticed Fallout 76 tried to get on it for a bit, too, with a certain event with one of their vaults. Like, it just seemed like a cliche, like everybody had to do it. I'm glad this trend is dying.
I disagree. I don't think it's dying at all. The top in the
sorry.
I
past.
thought it was dying. I haven't heard of a game yet. I haven't heard much of it anymore. Where it's like,
Just
look at
because you
our
haven't doesn't mean it ain't
version.
good.
Fortnite,
Granted, I
Warzone,
don't look
and
for it.
Apex
I
are
don't care
also
for it. So I don't
thriving.
look for it. But
All right, man.
Yeah.
Think about it this way: the 3 biggest games right now online, as far as streaming are concerned, that I'm aware of. I could be wrong, but that I'm aware of. You've got your Warzone, you've got your Fortnite, you've got your Apex Legends, and then I think Valorant's pretty like it's somewhere floating in there. But like those are the 3 main bread and butter streaming things right now.
all right,
Besides
I'll
like,
give it. There
Even
is
though
some
people
that
play
can do it
online.
right, but a lot of them are just seeming like copycats. Like when you see like a mock movie or something, like it's like, look, we're doing it too over here. And it's just like, ugh.
yeah, but your point was that was dying, man. I don't think it's gonna die at all. I mean, it's had immense success. There's no reason for them to even try to stop it. Like,
So you
And
think
that's-
anything,
it's
it's bigger.
stronger than ever?
Oh yeah, no, it's stronger than ever. My hope is that they keep innovating and make new twists on the classic battle royale that was started back in
Yeah.
H1Z1 and the forest, and they are not the forest, but the culling. I'm sorry, and like
Oh, so
that
the
was
calling
kind of the
started
basic
this? I thought
groundwork.
PUBG was the one that
No.
started everything.
No, Z1.
H1Z1 started it, and sort of like PUBG kind of brought it to mainstream because that was the biggest one that people were talking about for a very long time. Not saying H1Z1 was small; it was a big thing, but PUBG's what kind of brought it.
It was all
Yeah,
like a weird series of events, wasn't it? It was like H1Z1 was out for like a while there. Like people were playing it in the background. It was very popular, but it was like kind of low key. And then it was like the
I think
Calling
it
came out and that
DayZ'd
kind of blew
right
up.
after
And then
that,
it was like
right?
the Hunger Games movies were going on. So it was like a whole like mixing pot of weird things going on. Like everybody see the Hunger Games movies and point to these games like, oh, they're copying it, but it'd been there first. And then it's just like it kind of
Hunger Games was the
the word
original
got
battle
passed
royale.
around
Come
and
on, guys.
like PUBG came out, and then a bunch of streamers hopped on that, and then just kind of blew up.
PUBG.
It was like the perfect
PUBG
mix.
Well, yeah, PUBG was one of the few that like the companies were actually updating and keeping interesting, and just the way and how it flowed and functioned. A lot of people liked because I think a lot of people saw H1Z1 as DayZ Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And that kind of killed it a little bit, especially when they did the standalone DayZ that killed their franchise, or the ARM, or
yeah.
whatever one it was. I remember hearing about it, but I didn't play it. So after the Culling had some success shortly after. Hang on, I just lost myself. PUBG got big. PUBG got big. Then Fortnite happened, and it just completely blew up because it was new, it was interesting, and it appealed to the younger audience. That was how many times did you guys hear Fortnite and just immediately just started to cringe? Like over the past 2 years now.
Yes. Okay.
Fortnite.
Has Fortnite died officially?
No, it's
Fortnite
still
is
here.
Oh,
still
Fortnite
very,
hasn't.
very
None of
strong.
this shit is dying. Jesus.
They're still
No,
drawing millions
so
and millions and millions of views,
Well,
man.
they're
Yeah.
going after
'Cause-
people that I hate what they're doing to the guest characters. Like they've brought in Thanos, they've brought in John Wick, they've
Kratos.
Kratos.
Star
Kratos
Wars.
matters.
Kratos.
Borderlands. They brought in Borderlands, Star Wars.
They brought in,
Wait, when did they bring in Borderlands? When did
when
they
they
do
bring in one
Borderlands?
of the bandits or something? I didn't hear about
It
this.
was a brief event, but yeah, they brought in for like when Borderlands 3 came out, they had like a short stint where like the map like had some Borderland aspects and they had like some backpacks and other things for that. But yeah, it was brief, man. But it was there. It was a thing.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know that at all. Wow.
I
Yeah.
have the
No,
little
either.
kids running up like, they stole that from Fortnite. That's the Fortnite. No, shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Shut up, Will, Timmy, get
I
back in your
was-
closet.
Timmy, get back in
I
your
was
hole.
so tired of dealing. I was so tired of dealing with Fortnite best game. I was like, go play a PS2, get some culture.
Jeez. Jeez, man.
Expand your horizon, kid.
And
Stop doing the floss
Yeah.
dancing and pick up a damn Game Boy.
hated that.
I'm just astounded at
Yeah.
how like big it blew up as far as like kids are
It got-
concerned. Like
And it didn't even blow up until the Battle Royale portion.
That's
Because before
right,
that,
it had
I
a
don't
story
remember
mode.
no, it had the Save the World one, which when I first heard about it, mind you, I heard about it in the GameStop magazine Game Informer. I was like, this sounds really dope. A base building strategy zombie game sounds awesome. And the graphics were cartoonish, but it gave me Borderlands feeling, not cel shaded, but just like that aspect.
Well,
And then the
cartoony
Battle
games
Royale
can do
version
great.
what-
I mean, look at Fall Guy. Fall Guy was actually, fun, and it was Looney Tunes as hell.
I
never got to try
I
it.
never played Fall Guys. It just never interested me. My brothers played. I just never did.
Well, I think Fall Guys kind of died off when Among Us came out because everyone started. Fall Guys was big for a little
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they get been out since 2018.
It's-
It blew up this year just from some streamers. It's crazy
weird.
Well,
what
that's how Minecraft
Twitch
came
gives
back
you for
because
games.
freaking PewDiePie played it.
Minecraft came back up originally because of Carson,
Who?
because of that whole SMP thing, and then Call Me Carson.
How do you not know Call Me Carson?
After that, it became.
I know.
I'm
Call Me
ignoring
Kevin.
that.
I hate you so much.
No, Call Me Carson.
I hate
But,
you.
I'm
after
sorry.
that was the
that,
most
like, it
genuinely
died down.
surprised face I've ever seen you make, Seth.
He's so big.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
I haven't heard of
And
it.
No, keep going, Sean. I'm just.
And then
I'll
when
be here
Carson-
beside myself.
yeah. When Carson kind of stepped away from the limelight after the whole thing, I guess it was Fitz it was Fitz. And then he got cheated on or something.
Yeah, with like 12 other dudes too.
What the hell?
Bro, she
I
was
felt-
a gold digger. Like she defined the
I-
term.
F in
You
the
look
chat
it up
for him.
and she's
Damn.
front page.
so bad. I felt so bad for PewDiePie is adding on to it, but right now it's Dream carrying the game.
Bro, Dream has 14 million subscribers. It's like looking at another Sky Does Minecraft, but within a year. Like it is insane.
Yeah,
For
no,
real.
he had a
He is the-
million
he
at
is
the
the
beginning of the
dream.
year, and then now he's at 14.
Bro, and it's just the cast on the SMP is absolutely astounding as well. That's like 4, 5 million, 6 million view creator. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Mr. Beast, it's like George Not Found, Satin Happy About Halo, all of them, of course the Manhunt crew. It's I'm hearing things about like James Charles and things like that because I'm here. I think they're doing Among Us stuff. Corpse, I
Got
no, I don't know Corpse did my. I know that he's
Corpse
played
went in?
Dream Among Us.
Briefly.
Yeah, I didn't follow that SMP. I know who he's been talking to a lot based on some of the other content I've seen with him in.
Got caught up on a creator on there specifically,
like-
Technoblade. I ended up like,
Oh
my God, man.
Did you see the Dream versus Technoblade fight?
Bro,
that Mr. Beast put up?
I caught wind of him, and I'd heard of him beforehand, and he was just kind of like, it's just another creator. I looked him up, man. His humor's funny as fuck. Oh, shit. Damn.
I remember it's like he was.
Meanwhile,
he was
Seth is
trying
over
to
here
beat
singing
the
Family
Wrist
Reunion
Ring.
from Blink-182. Kids, don't look
Yeah,
up that
I
song.
remember the initial fight that they did on Minecraft World Championship, and I'm just like seeing him No, Dream, come back to my clout. Lost it. I thought it was hilarious. He's got that dry humor that I like a lot.
He's got it down pat, man. It's fun.
He really does.
But yeah, it's just bonkers situation thinking about it. Like I don't even know where the hell this came from. Like the Minecraft resurgence came from left field, but it's back. It's stronger than ever, and it's a thing now. I guess I don't know. That just kind of blew my mind as well.
Well, he came back after doing some sort of drama thing, and then like Dream got big again. He did some sort of drama, I forget with who, but then like he did analysis or whatever. Then he started doing Minecraft again after his placement, and he started posting a lot of Minecraft. And it got huge, and then of course other people got involved, starting with George Not Found, considering they're basically butt buddies.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not wrong.
It's a bit about it. I think George Not Found is underage too, which is a little bit controversial. Moving on, fellas.
No,
Next
That's
subject.
not what I meant. Not what I meant.
Moving on.
That's not
Oh, jeez. Well,
But-
it
I literally-
seems I am running out of time, so we're going to end it here. Thank you all for joining in on my first podcast, and everyone have a lovely night.